Alright, so today's going to be quite a controversial video, and I'm not really sure what I'm going to title this, but essentially, I want to speak about first relationships as a guy, and why we need to go through them as early as possible, why we need to get rid of the whole heartbreak stage in order to progress our life forward, faster, and with less obstacles in the way. Let me tell you a quick story about myself. When I was maybe 14 to 16, I had my very first long-term relationship, which ended up crumbling because I had to move countries, and that was one of the most, I don't want to say traumatic, but probably one of the most hurtful moments of my life, just because you dedicate so much time to one person. I genuinely thought I was going to be with this girl for the rest of my life, but you know, life happens, and this sent me into a depressive spiral. Got me turning to substances that I'm not going to say on this channel, just in case any of like my previous teachers or like parents watch this. You know, we're not going to speak about this, bro. They're gonna be sad. Essentially, after the whole thing, I was distraught. I was just broken, and I was a messy and sloppy teenager with no idea what to do after this. I'm very happy I went through this earlier, because this is the big dilemma within boys, men, dudes in general, when they get into their very first relationship. I've had many friends that would get into their first relationship quite late in life, maybe like 19, 20 or something like that. They have their first breakup, and the thing is, the older you get, the more access to resources you have. So they would be having jobs, they would actually have money, unlike me when I was 14, right? I didn't really lose much, okay? I did not lose much because I was just sad for a little bit. But imagine these guys that get into their first relationship, right? Not knowing what to do, thinking they're gonna marry this girl. They do all these stupid things, waste so much resources, time, and energy on this one girl, only for it all to go to shit because they don't have the experience. And once that heartbreak comes, it's gonna hit them harder than it would have hit them when they were like 14 or 16, right? You have more problems. You invested more time into this person, right? When you're 16, all you're really doing is just having sex, and like, that's it, bro. Like, you're not investing money. You're not living with the person, probably, hopefully. I don't know what type of stuff goes on nowadays between kids, but I've seen some really great dudes spiral just out of control and ruin their lives because of this type of situation. And this is why I really push for dudes to try to get their first girlfriend or have like a girlfriendish experience, you know, before they fully form into adults. Like, if you're, well, basically you want to get it through as early as possible, because the later you put off this type of stuff, the less experience and knowledge you're gonna have, and the more open you are to being manipulated by people. Because there's a lot of girls that will use you for the things you have and not be with you for the person you are. And if you don't know how to choose between those two, and if you don't know how to spot that, you will get absolutely ruined. Especially the older you are, the worse it will be. Because imagine 16-year-old me, let's say I got into a horrible relationship, right? I maybe spent, like, I bought a girl clothes. Let's just say, this is all hypothetical. I bought some girl clothes because that's like all the money I have. Oh my god, I spent $100 on her, right? Now let's say you get into a relationship, your first relationship, you're 24, and she's a total gold digger, right? She will take thousands of dollars from your account, do all this stupid shit, and you think you're doing the right thing, only for her to leave you. You will mature far faster if you get a girlfriend earlier on in life. You need some responsibility and know how to take care of someone, right? And so I always hear the excuse that, oh, I'm focusing on this right now, I don't really want to be in a relationship. Of course, don't force relationships. If you know, if it doesn't come to you, just like whatever, it's not the biggest deal in the world. But if you get the chance, I recommend you really go through it and you try to see what it's like. You never know, it could end positively. You know, your first relationship may very well be your last. That sounded horrible in a good or a bad way, you know, who knows? So it's not always negative, but I really do recommend you try to get some experience. It will give you much more responsibility. If you're in school, that's just like the one thing, as I said, I always hear, I don't want to get into a relationship because I'm in school and it's going to take so much of my time. What do you think happens when you grow up? Oh my god, now you have to balance a job, college or university, a relationship. It's not like it's only gonna get harder and you're gonna have less time. See, when I was like 16, all I had to do was just go to high school and hang out with chicks. Now you have to like pay your bills, you have to pay your taxes, you gotta take care of like hospital shit. You gotta make sure you're on good terms with your landlord, your family. If you're going to school, for God's sake, bro, you gotta take care of school. Like, what are you gonna do when you turn 20? The older you become, the less time you're going to have. So you're practicing for the future, right? Highly recommend you go do this. If you think I'm wrong, correct me in the comments down below. Maybe I'm missing something, but this is just my thoughts and experience on what I've been through and what I've seen in my personal life. So yeah, tell me how this goes. Tell me if you try it. Tell me if you disagree. I'll see you next time. Peace out.